Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of Will's World. All right. We have Alan here and Chrissy in the studio, and make sure that my crew's looking good, right?
The glasses. We're styling.
I swear he looks like Tom Cruise.
He does.
Look at
Alan.
Does. Your wife.
Alan, you got it, man.
Your wife is gonna jump your bones
styling,
tonight.
Man. I'm styling.
She's gonna jump his bones tonight with those glasses on.
I'm
gonna have to send Grit a pic.
I already took the picture.
Mine are so dark, Alan, I can't even see you, but I see those glasses and they just look amazing.
I don't like to brag.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, man.
Well, we got an interesting topic tonight.
Yes, we do.
I'm learning stuff about our area every day.
Yes,
and
the history of Flagler County.
And the Bucknell Cemetery.
Yes.
That's kind of been...
mostly all-black cemetery, you know?
It was a segregated black cemetery. It was basically
a segregated black cemetery during the 50s.
Where is this at in
I think it started before the 50s. I think it ended in the 50s.
It ended like 1940, 1941-ish.
Right.
And it's over by where Bucknell Elementary School is, correct, Alan?
Somewhere in that area. I can't tell you exactly where, but yeah, over in that area.
Okay. An article that I pulled up here, it says that Louis Edward Wadsworth III, who is the last burial in, or he owned the land, and then I guess he sold it.
Yes.
Which
basically there are people that are buried in this cemetery. So yes, he sold it, and basically dug the people up.
They said that there's an estimated 50 to 100 people that are buried in that.
That's the estimate too. That's sad.
And they don't know if they're veterans. They don't know who they are. They're just part of. It doesn't even say.
Yeah, it's just horrible.
So, Alan,
it was the black community from Bucknell,
right?
And that surrounding area, and it was a segregated black graveyard. So that's where they were buried.
Yeah.
And there's just 50 to 100 people in there, and they sold. You can sell
estimated.
Land.
Yeah, estimated.
Can you just sell land like that with people on it?
Well, not a cemetery. You're not supposed to. But
a cemetery is supposed to be sacred ground.
Yeah.
But in the past, cemeteries have been sold for developments and stuff, and then they meticulously remove the bodies and then rebury them in wherever the new cemetery location is supposed to be.
But
in
there's
this
a record.
instance,
There's an
there's
actual
a record of everything,
right?
And the grave markers and all of that stuff. And unfortunately, even though this Edward Wadsworth, which is reminiscent of Wadsworth Park down on 100 and Wadsworth Elementary School.
So the name around town.
Right.
Okay. They're all affiliated.
But when they owned the property, the graveyard was there.
Yes.
They sold the property to a developer.
Right.
Knowing the graveyard was there.
Knowing the graveyard was there.
Yes.
And then,
Interesting.
And then the graveyard was dug up, and not meticulously from what we can read.
Just basically.
And some of the bodies may have been buried in their own little graves in the Masonic graveyard that's off of Old Kings Road.
Old Kings.
Old
Palm
Kings
Road.
Coast.
That's right.
But the majority of them were not properly marked and buried in a pit.
Basically put in a pit, right.
Right. Put in a pit and not taken care of. The area is not taken care of.
Does this not sit well with anybody else, or am I the only one that feels like I have black glasses and everything right now is just all black? For just like my soul feels like really horrible right now for listening to this.
No, this was bad news. I mean, this is
it's like a darkness that just like I didn't know anything about this story, and reading about it, I was like, wow, this is criminal almost.
Yeah. Well,
it feels like
troubled past of our county.
Flagler County, yeah. Wasn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know the exact dates, but wasn't the bridge, the old drawbridge that went over the intercoastal going to Flagler Beach, weren't black people not allowed over that bridge to the beach until like the 70s?
That's like even Daytona Beach and everything like that was segregated, because I mean my mom was old enough to. She's 76. She remembers segregation. My dad too. Yeah, when you weren't allowed to go over. I think black people had to go to Bethune Beach.
Bethune Beach.
Yeah,
I know that they,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it was that way right up until the 70s.
Yeah.
Here in Flagler County, I don't know about
It was
anywhere
much later,
else.
yeah, and it was later in in Daytona Beach area too. So
Yeah.
So like all where the elementary schools and all these houses that are in, but now they're on a burial ground. We just don't know exactly where it's at.
Yeah, I don't know the exact location,
Right.
but yes, somewhere up there formerly was a graveyard, and everything.
I'm shocked
everything,
no one's wanted to like do anything about this.
Everything in the articles that you've read
Yeah.
are estimated numbers. That means they don't know
Exactly how many.
if they got everybody
It
out.
could be over 100. It could be under.
Now are these for like people who didn't have the money to?
No, it was a segregated black
No, it's
graveyard.
just segregated.
They weren't allowed into a white graveyard.
Right,
An
everything was
in general
segregated, right.
graveyard. It was
Okay, I thought I
segregated.
read something
Whichever
about
one
if they
goes to
couldn't
dust anyway.
afford a proper funeral and all that stuff. It was
That was
No.
towards the end. It was, but
No.
only for black people.
Right.
It was, I guess you could consider it a pauper's
Right.
graveyard
Right, right.
for poor people that couldn't afford whatever.
Right.
After segregation was over.
Right after segregation, but during that time, everything was segregated. It was white here, black here, and
Right.
yeah, it's
Right.
just it was the law then.
Yeah.
It was sad.
Yeah,
a lot
it was
of
a sad
lot of
time.
a lot of our family members of but yeah, I'd say on all sides fought for civil rights.
Right.
well, that's what they
That's
said too. They can't even say if some of the veterans were in there or
That's
not either,
right.
which is another sad thing.
It wasn't
right.
properly marked. It's
No.
still not proper.
It's not.
Over on Old Kings Road.
Is there
it's
anything we could
not-
do about that to get it properly marked?
Well, how would you know?
Yeah, you have.
I
no
don't
idea.
know,
By
figure-
now,
You can't figure out
by
who's
now
who.
it's
now.
impossible. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you'd have to do
Oh.
DNA tests to try to figure out lineages, and you'd have to have DNA of existing people
That's right.
in order to do that. And so it would. But what would really be nice is for that graveyard to be properly taken care of.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right,
now
right.
they're there. Now they're in the and it's being ignored.
Right.
It gets overgrown, and I think there's even a broken fence there.
That's right. That's right.
And
Who's supposed to take care of that now? The city or the
County?
That I don't have an answer for.
Yeah, we'll have to
I
find
don't-
out
I
if
don't
you-
know.
Yeah, that would be a good
But it'd
start.
be nice to have
It's in Palm Coast though, so Palm Coast should take care of it.
Right, and it should have a memorial or something like that. At least that would honor the people that were misplaced.
Yes.
At least something.
Yes, a plaque, and then
Plaque,
and
yeah.
then clean it up.
Clean it up, right.
Maybe you
Yeah,
can bring
why
it up
not?
at the city meeting or something. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it could be brought up, but
There you go.
what really
Yeah.
needs it
Needs to be
it
taken
should
care
be a
of.
self-initiative.
It should. It
You
should.
know,
It's just doing the right thing, just like you're telling
right.
us. Yeah, it's just doing the right
Right.
thing.
The one of the issues that we have with our current city council, nothing against them,
No.
but they haven't been here long enough to know the
The
history,
history, right?
of Palm Coast. This March, I'm here 42 years.
That's amazing. Yeah.
So
Well, I wouldn't know if we didn't come across these articles. Like we wouldn't have been
Right.
able to talk about it. And I was like, "What is this?"
Well, I know.
Yeah.
Like,
was it-
yeah.
But didn't they have a tree in Bunnell where there was a lot of things where a lot of lynchings and stuff like that happened, and they
Yeah.
removed it finally.
Yes.
It was in by the police department, wasn't
yes,
it?
yeah,
And they would hang black people and lynchings and
Yeah.
mostly lynchings. Yeah, and it
Yeah.
was during that time period. And think
Wow.
about it. You're out in the middle of nowhere. Really, who's gonna govern that?
Yeah.
I mean, it was the times.
right.
It
right.
was the times.
right.
Uh,
Not saying everyone was like. I'm just saying it was just
Right.
yeah.
yeah, but when we came up into the 50s,
Right.
we were getting a little bit smarter,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Sure.
when this graveyard was dug up
Right.
and relocated
Mm-hmm.
improperly, in my opinion.
Right.
But now we know,
Right.
and now
right.
we're in a different
We could do better.
social. Yeah, we could do better.
Right, we could do
So
better,
let's take care of it.
Right.
I
do
mean,
better by everyone.
it was poorly done.
Right.
People made money off
That's right.
of selling the property and
Yes.
digging the property up and all that. People and building the houses and whatever. People made money on it.
That's right.
Nothing against the people that bought the houses
course
because they
not.
probably have no idea where they are.
nothing whatsoever.
But it's,
You would think
it's
some of
time
them
to
would be
clean it up.
haunted or something. Like,
It could be.
I mean, I know,
know.
like these poor people were down there, and like people just building on top of them,
Well,
like they're
there
non-existent.
isn't there like some kind of mystic palm reading place.
Yeah.
On
But
100 and Benel. Well, where you think she's getting her stuff from?
I don't know. I've been there.
Trip.
I've been there. I met her a long time ago. I went there once. I met her at the European Village. She was over there doing readings, and she's like, "You should come out." And I was like, one day, all right, give it a try. And you go in this little room and stuff, and she was like really sweet. And she gave me a little reading, and that was crazy.
It's amazing.
But it wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't.
I'll pass.
It wasn't spooky. It's good. It's fun entertainment. Like if you don't like say that's really gonna happen in my life, if you go in there with an open mind,
right?
You know, that's one thing.
There's some doors I just prefer not to open.
Same here. You know, like the other place, Casadega in Florida. No.
Casadega.
No.
See, it's so fun just to go there and like
Casadega.
Yeah, it's just fun to go there and like with an open mind and just listen to them because you never know.
And you have to take the camera and go out there and do a filter. That'd be cool. You can do coverage of the whole thing. It'd be great.
Yeah, I don't
know. I prefer not to go there.
I'm not going either. But
what are you guys afraid of?
Everything.
Yeah,
that could happen there. That one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just go home and sage.
Have you ever? No.
Yes.
Go home and sage that.
Have you seen some of the weird stuff that would happen when it comes to Casadega, or heard of the weird stuff?
No, I've heard of some stuff, but there's a lot of stuff I've heard that is spooky, and it doesn't even have to do with Casadega. This is spooky, and it doesn't even have to deal with Casadega.
I mean, this is spooky, but hey,
it feels borderline criminal, like you said the other day. Like something feels not right here.
It's not right.
It's not right. Yeah, but Casadega wasn't right.
Like how we can go generations and hang out and at balls and shake hands and knowing that this is there and not talk about it.
I mean, this family,
generations of this area. And not
the people back then, mean, you can blame them, but it was the culture of the time. And,
right.
But today,
we know about it
and
today.
there's members of that family that are alive today,
right?
And they have money, and they should take care of.
And
things.
You can take care of things because it's a different time period, different generation.
Right.
You can say, "Hey, I'm
make it
the right thing. Let's make it."
You can't put it back the way it was, but you can make where we are.
But it almost gives you that tainted thing that like there might be other stuff that we don't know about.
I'm sure
there's a lot of stuff,
and that's just crazy to think about what could have been like. Yeah,
it was a sad time. It was a sad time, and like you said, like Will said,
that's why I feel like
the lynchings and all of that. It's all
just a dark episode.
It was, and that's it. It was a dark episode, but now we know better. Now we can make it right.
Yeah.
Well, we can't make it right, but we can make it better.
Yeah, we can't go down the same path. When we know better.
Like take care of it and put the fence in. Just
clean it up, put the fence in, put a plack, do what you can to make it.
Respect it.
That's right.
Exactly. It's all about respect.
That's what it's all about, respect. If there's mutual respect, when it comes to everyone, we can all, get along and prosper, live together.
Yeah. Simple.
Pretty simple.
It sounds simple, but obviously it's not.
Well, that's because some people don't want to stand up and take responsibility for what happened in the past.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And it's not a blame or something like that. Just say, okay, this happened. Let's move forward
and take care of it.
Make sure it never happens again.
Right.
Right.
Like the whole reparations thing. I don't believe in that.
Right.
But because nobody's alive now that was there then.
Right. And no one was. Yeah. No one on either side.
Yeah. Right. And there were Irish. Slaves. There were
there were a lot of people that were oppressed because when they're talking about even when I hear people say, "Oh, well, that's racist" or something like that, they're only thinking about let's say the victim being black. I'm like, no, all people can be subject to racism. I mean,
right, of course,
that's not just reserved for one particular group.
No, but the thing is. Mm-hmm. It's a respect thing, like we said a minute ago.
It is.
And we know better now.
Yes.
And it's simple. Cleaning up the graveyard, removing all the weeds and brush or whatever, fixing the fence, cleaning it up, putting up a plaque, letting people know that it's there, admit to the past. And that way we could maybe knock some chips off some people's shoulders and get a little closer.
That's true.
Yeah, that's what I think.
This is a great idea.
Yeah, that's right. I think it would be simple to do that.
Yes.
But as far as Casadega and stuff goes, there's some doors I don't want to.
Yeah.
You see this.
It's entertainment purposes.
I don't want to upset anyone in Casadega either.
Ouija board is entertainment purposes, and you heard some really bad stories about people play with Ouija boards.
Is that stuff made up though? Like you really believe it all? You believe in like witchcraft and all that stuff?
I gotta find out.
It could happen. Yeah.
Some ex-girlfriends got voodoo dolls up and on that, Alan. Maybe Will has some in his,
Oh,
I bet you some girls are beating those dolls dead.
Yeah, and then my arm starts to hurt. Oh,
I know.
My neck. Oh, you know. Yeah, no.
See, I don't really believe in that stuff. I think it's funny.
Yeah.
Like,
what about like some people practice voodoo?
Yeah, but I don't really think that. I mean, that's like a rain dance. Like, I mean, come on.
Yeah, with a rain dance. What has someone danced and brought rain?
I don't know.
It
don't
could
know.
happen.
You know, I believe in demons, and I ain't opening the door to bring them in.
No, I'm not either.
Oh no, I there's good and bad in the world. But just to do something for fun, like with your girlfriends one night, and like entertainment purposes, go see a psychic. I don't think you're gonna.
That's all right. You can.
Really?
Yeah,
No.
I think mediums are cool, like the Long Island medium. I mean, the way she could just look in a crowd and be like, "You had somebody who died last year, sister, aunt, something with the letter G."
Okay, let's look at this a little bit more critical.
And then she really gets into detail.
I stand. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try something, right? Okay. So I don't know your family,
I'm
right?
so gonna get a psychic on this show.
No. So.
Not yet.
Not yet.
So, you will.
So
you will.
So let's say
glasses will get it there faster.
All right. Let's say let's play the medium game, right?
Okay.
Okay. So we're looking at your family now, and I'm thinking, you know, you got your mom and your dad, and I think not your dad, but maybe somebody in your dad's family was white at some point. And
no way. How did you figure that out?
You know,
yeah,
that's what the stuff is.
Everybody's, yeah,
of course. I know, you know, that's the way it is.
No, like she starts out, but then she gets really detailed, and then she'll like talk about a watch that you're wearing, that you have in your that you have in your cabinet at home, or
like
it looks.
Yeah, my grandma's Indian. Oh wow, that's close. Or you're something crazy.
But only you knew about the watch.
But they look at you and they go, I see something like a watch, and then the expression on your face is either, I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I am going to bring in a median on this panel one day because it's just gonna be so fun, and I'm gonna have them roast you guys.
Okay,
I'll roast back. I'll roast back.
But you know what though? Okay, what are you gonna do?
You don't really think people see spirits? I really do think they do see spirits.
Of course,
I guarantee you, there's people in Banel see spirits.
I didn't say they didn't.
No, we didn't say that. We said we don't want to summons anyone or don't want to rock the boat.
I don't want this. You know, these spirits end up spitting fire and having forked tails and stuff.
Listen,
I don't need that stuff.
Imagine like we're not in the Matrix or something like this.
Yeah, but
hilarious.
Imagine like pissing off like an evil demon or something like that. Boom, boom, boom at the front door. What are you gonna do? 911.
Yeah. There ain't no evil demons like that.
There are no evil demons.
No, not like
You've
that.
You've never seen Poltergeist, the movie.
That's a movie for a reason. I don't talk to my TV. Like I don't think a ghost can come out of the TV.
Okay, but you Poltergeist was enough for me. I just said, oh whoa.
No, The Exorcist is where I.
Well, yeah.
I watched that and I slept with my closet light on for like a month. I was like, that got me when her head started spinning and then she like.
All I got to do.
Throw up.
All I got to do.
Across the room.
All I got to do is look at the Bible and there's the demons. It talks about the demons all the way through it.
Yeah.
I ain't opening the door.
I ain't doing. Yeah, no.
Does it say you're not allowed to talk to medians?
They say you're not supposed to.
Yeah, witchcraft and all that.
That's
crap.
all in the category. Yeah, that's in the same category.
Stay away from that stuff.
Idol gods.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to do that. No,
we're all
you're
people of God, even psychics, and we can partake in it. I guess.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, we're not supposed to in the Ouija boards or stuff. That
Ouija board's bad.
Yeah,
you hear so many nasty stories about.
I'm gonna have to look that up because I.
But I can tell you, I will tell you a story about a Ouija board though. When I was.
I mean, it's not hard to ask a question and guide it to the why for yes or no or whatever,
Yeah, who's guiding? Who's moving it?
The two idiots that are moving the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be like, is my sister gonna dump her ex or her boyfriend or whatever? Yes, and move that little bad boy that way.
So
I'll guide whoever's there.
Let me tell you a story. Okay.
I want to hear this.
This is gonna be a good one.
This is a Ouija board story.
Okay. All right.
And this was. I don't know. I was probably.
So wait a minute. You used a Ouija board.
I did not use the Ouija board, but I was there when the Ouija board was being used.
Oh, that's enough.
So I know. So I'm sitting at a friend of mine's house, and his mom.
Can we play Truth or Dare with Alan?
His mom is Ouija lady, right? She does the Ouija board.
All right.
And I'm thinking, I must have been 10 years old.
Okay.
Somewhere in that
10? And you knew what a Ouija board was?
Of course. Why would you not
everybody
know
knew what a Ouija
10,
board
10
was.
years old, yeah.
Yeah, I was like a little older in life. Well,
but anyway, so I'm sitting there, and she's.
There's no way that board was around in the 70s.
That Ouija boards have been around forever.
For a while,
these things have been around forever.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought it was like an 80, 90 thing.
I have siblings that are older and they know
Ouija boards go way back. Hundreds and hundreds of years.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So anyway,
learn something new every day.
So I'm sitting at this table. The lady and the rest of her, most of her family, and I'm over there. My parents had gone down to Massachusetts to visit my mom's dad, who was in a nursing home, blah, 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 and they were taking care of me. I had, 10 years old, stayed there. Anyway, Ouija board's going on, and it's, answering questions, and I'm sitting there like, yeah, sure. So then the Ouija board, the lady looks at me, and she says, you got anything? Any questions you want to ask the Ouija board? And I was always inventing things, right? I still do. But back then,
you are
I had made this box, and it had a mirrored ball on top, disco
like
stuff.
Like a disco ball.
It was just at the start of the whole disco thing.
You still got it?
No.
Oh,
man. And I had a crank on it, and you would turn the crank, and it would turn the ball, and it had a little light on it, and it would do the whole disco thing. But this was during the disco times, right?
I was going to say,
or the start of the disco
Here's
times.
My money then. Okay,
yeah. Well, so I had built this box. And so she said, you have any questions? She looked at me, you have any questions? And I said, this is a bunch of crap.
Right.
And then the Ouija board said, tell him to ask a question. I'm like, yeah, sure it did. So I said, all right. I said, you can read minds, Mr. Spirit Person? I was, yes. I said, okay, then answer this question. And it said, put a small motor on it.
What the hell?
And I was thinking, what can I do to patent this mirror box?
Okay.
And the answer was, instead of a crank,
yeah, the motor.
Put a small motor on it.
Now I'm all creeped out.
And I'm like, whoa.
Is a Ouija board made by Hasbro?
Probably. I don't know who makes them anymore. Mattel has them.
Mattel?
Yeah. But I'm like, okay, I'm done.
The same ones who came with the creepy
done
Barbies.
Too.
Yeah, I'm done. This thing was spot on. And I said, nothing. They didn't even know I was working on. Nobody knew I was doing this. I was working on 100
projects. And you said
projects
I was
at a time.
crazy for the mediums for seeing stuff.
You are crazy.
Yeah.
No, but
I won't dip into that stuff.
I mean, I'm not as crazy as you seeing the Ouija board telling you to put a motor in the ball.
I was nuts, 10 years old. I didn't know what was going on, and as soon as I did,
bringing one on.
As soon as I knew what was going on, I was done.
Okay, I remember with the Ouija board.
Did you put the motor on it?
No.
I
went on to the next.
I was going to say, man, that would have been really cool.
No, I remember with a Ouija board, something fell off the wall, and I was done. I said, nope.
Yeah.
No.
I didn't put. I just moved on to a different project because I ain't working with that one now.
I don't know. Scary movies and things like that don't really affect me.
Scary more. And none of that bothers me.
Even
doesn't bother me either.
Even like going to see a site, I find it for entertainment purposes. If you're doing it like that, like Casadega, it's just to go and have fun. I don't think I'm gonna go home with creepy spirits. I never felt like that. Now you guys, looking back at my past, maybe that shit did really happen to me.
Well,
I had some bad.
One of the other things,
juju.
I lived in a house up in Maine. This was up in Maine when I was living there that this happened. And I lived in a house that was built in, I think it was 1778 or something like that. I mean, strange things would happen. Right? But it was an old house. So one of the other questions I asked, I think I asked this one first before it read my mind. And I said, are there any ghosts in my house? And it said yes, and her name is Esther. And if you go home and you ask Esther to leave, she'll leave. Which I did. I went home and asked her to leave. But then the second one was, put the small motor on the thing. I'm done. I ain't playing this game.
Okay, now, but like, you know what? I have a house that I got it like in my 20s, stuff like that. And there was the gentleman that did pass away in the house there. I found out afterwards. And it was weird. I was thinking, whatever. Then a light would come on every now and then, and it would go out in the the hallway. And I was like, that's kind of creepy. But, then I heard a little bit of a sound, like every now and then a knock or something. And it was like from the ceiling or the roof or something. That's okay.
You started saging? I would have saged.
You know what? You know what? I was in my 20s and I signed up for a 30-year loan, okay?
Yeah.
So, I said, look, we're going to have to work this out. Yeah. You can go to the fridge, get a sandwich, whatever you want to do. I'm not going anywhere.
Just leave me alone.
You leave me alone. You can watch TV. You can do whatever you want.
Have you ever been to the Grove Park Inn in Asheville?
No.
Oh, it is the coolest haunted hotel. So the story is we used to go there all the time, and when I was younger especially, and it is a beautiful, high-end hotel. But apparently a couple got married way back when this was built, and the bride fell to her death on her wedding night. And now the hotel is haunted.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody talks about it. They have tours and different things on it, but you got to try that place. It's a cool thing. Well, I've never done the St. Augustine golf or ghost tours either. Maybe we should try that.
My oldest son got married up in Connecticut, and Woodbury, I think, was the name of the place, the town.
That just sounds creepy, haunted.
And there was an old Woodbury. And there was an old hotel there. I don't know how old the hotel was, but old hotel, very old hotel. And
all I see is black.
It was all wooden floors, and so when you would walk up the stairs, it was might have been 3 stories, I don't know, but we were on the 2nd floor. You walk up the stairs, and the stairs would creak, really loud, right? And we were at the door, or at the room at the top of the stairs, and then there was a hallway you could walk down. And so they were telling us, oh, it's haunted place, yeah, whatever. We go to bed. Doors closed, right? And these stairs are really loud. And so in the middle of the night, no noise, right? Dead silent.
Okay.
The doorknob goes, and it had one of those chains, you put the chain on the, so the doorknob goes, boom, flies open, hits that chain, and stops. I jump up out of bed, run over, open the door. Yeah. Ain't nobody there. The floor's not creaking, no noises anywhere. I'm like,
you need some,
damn that Ouija board.
You have to call the Ghostbusters.
Holy water, maybe some oil, and a gun with silver bullets too.
Call Ghostbusters with Slimer come by and take care of that.
That was a weird thing. And then I've had a lot of stuff like this. Someday I'll find the videos. I got videos of it.
Maybe it was you with that Ouija board. You're giving us all this
evil
followed
crap. Me around. That's why I don't want to play with it.
No.
We bought a manufactured home. That's code for mobile home. Up in
they're frowned upon
St. Augustine. Up in St. Augustine, and we remodeled it, right?
They fly real easily during tornadoes and hurricanes.
Yeah. Well, this was a beautiful. I'll show you a picture. You couldn't tell that it was a mobile home, but anyway, manufactured home. After 1960 or 19 something, 1980, I think it was. HUD changed it for 1980. Yeah, HUD changed it from mobile home to manufactured home.
Okay,
the name, same thing. Anyway, so the previous guy died in there and whatever. We come in, I strip the place apart and I remodel it, right? And because we weren't living there and we had put all the new appliances and all of that stuff in.
Did you bury the guy?
No, I don't know the guy.
I'm just messing with you. Come on now.
Pushed him underneath.
Yeah. After everything I heard tonight, I'm not surprised about anything anymore.
But so we put a ring camera.
That's what she said.
Is it a ring camera? Yeah. We put a ring camera into the kitchen where all the new appliances were and everything, because we didn't live there, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And so I didn't want the stuff to walk away. And the camera triggers from motion, not from sound. Motion, right? And this camera, but it had volume, you could hear. I got the video somewhere. This camera would trigger.
Did you hear a swoosh?
Oh yeah, you heard all kind of stuff. People knocking, banging, talking, everything, but there was nobody there.
What?
You sure it wasn't tweakers or something like that, or
no,
just like crackheads, tweakers, and everything?
There wasn't anybody in the place. Nobody in the place. The camera only picks up motion.
That's true.
There weren't any windows around it. And there
we
was
gotta
motion.
get away from Alan. We gotta get
what
blessed after this.
That's what happened with the Ouija board. That's what I'm telling you. Stay away from the Ouija board.
I need to be anointed now or something. I need to be baptized. I don't know. I gotta get out of the studio.
You selling the place?
I sold it.
Oh.
Yeah. I flipped it. We bought it to flip it.
That's smart.
Yeah. Beautiful. I'll show you. You won't believe that it was a mobile home manufactured.
You know, some of those mobile homes are really nice.
Yeah. This was nice. It was 2,000 square
manufactured
feet.
homes.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah.
This thing was actually,
2,200,
I think. It was beautiful.
If it's out in the middle of nowhere, it's like, get away.
No, it was in a park.
Oh, that's cool.
But I won't say
this
the park.
episode is just too dark for me.
Yeah, I don't want to say the
park.
Keep
it confidential.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. This was really dark today. I feel like I need to go get anointed. I know. I just see black. Everything's like black, like literally, except for your gold. Everything. It's so funny. I just see blue and gold.
Blue and gold.
That's it.
Yeah.
Everything else is very dark.
Well, this is a dark show.
That's what I was going to say. It was very depressing. I need to go out, and we should have done an upbeat show tonight. I don't know how I'm going to sleep now.
You wanted to do this show.
Next time we're going to... Hey,
yeah, that's true, but I didn't realize where it was going to go.
Well, next time we're going to be talking about Botox and Brotox and everything. Make yourself
Brotox.
Brotox.
Yeah.
You know?
I've always wondered about that. I'm going to have a lot of questions.
Gotta look younger and stuff like that.
I don't want to look like Joan Rivers, or a couple of those other...
Joan Rivers?
Joan Rivers, didn't she have all that Botox to her face?
I was going to say...
A long time ago? The Beverly Hills Housewives, all of those people?
What was the Baywatch?
Pamela Anderson.
Oh, Pamela Anderson, right.
Yeah, all of those women, I mean, Joan Rivers had a lot of Botox, remember?
Well, but
Pamela Anderson, it didn't work.
No.
Now she would, where if you watch her on shows, no makeup at all. She's totally natural, which... Yeah.
I mean, you overdo it. Yeah, you could be like Pillsbury, but I mean, do the laugh.
Maybe I'll do it once or twice and see what she's got to offer.
Yeah, no, she's great at it.
She's great at it. I mean, a couple lip tucks and
she has these other chemicals and other.
You know it's poison, right? I mean, this stuff will kill you.
Yeah, well, she has skincare products and stuff like that. So, and she's like, oh yeah, you look like your eyes have bags on her. Oh, I work all the time.
Might as well give it a whirl. My heart's at 30%. So we're.
yeah. You use this stuff. I'm sure it's gonna help.
I know, right?
No, but she's
maybe I'll get rejuvenated.
She keeps me looking young, and I'm like 35. So.
You use Botox?
No, but I didn't. I'm saying
I thought you just said she helped you out.
I just said there are other products that she has.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see?
I bet you Will has a facial nighttime treatment plan.
They got these other products like the mirror that makes you look thin.
There you go.
Oh, Lord.
It's all smoke and mirrors.
It's all smoke and mirrors. That's right.
I forgot when you're a pimp, you got to keep up with that.
I'm just cool. I'm just cool, man.
It's the glasses.
I mean, look at the glasses. I mean,
Gator,
come on.
Gator don't play that. Gator ain't never been about that shit. Never been about that.
Oh, man.
All right.
Well, but it's been a good show.
Yeah, it was a great show, and that's going to conclude Will's World. And thank you for tuning in. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.